Again. Welcome back, viewers. I'm actually glad to be back right now. It's a little bit later than I wanted to. I'm trying to start these around 4 p.m. Monday through Saturday, but that's all right. I'm basically just kind of learning the aspects of this. It's a brand spanking new service. I've only been on a StreamYard once, and that was with another podcaster. But now I'm trying it out for myself here on Twitch. But I am trying to work on being able to do multi-streaming on other platforms as well. I've been seeing a couple other people do it on Float, on Odyssey, here on Twitch, and on YouTube, as I've seen more often. But I personally am wanting to give this a shot myself, try something different, because right now I think what I'm trying to do is show you guys exactly the point of basically what the route that I'm taking right now is, talk shows slash podcasting, at least in my experience of it, because I have been now streaming for well over a year, mostly consistently, just putting my stuff out there, trying to find what I can do and what I can try, because this is social media. And just to get right down in the bones, the nitty gritty of what I'm doing. Uh, Today's show is actually entitled "Passion Breeds Chaos," and the reason why I started up with this is realizing the point of pursuing your passions literally does breed chaos. If you're wanting to do anything in life, if you're wanting to go after anything in life, if you're trying to just do something other than sit down and commit to the 9 to 5, or even just basically uh, not having anything really to do, or not wanting to do anything, basically, is if you're basically giving yourself a moment to get into the action of doing something with yourself. This is something that starts out. It's a beginning place that occurs for you, and that's more or less what this. I guess it's not really a mini series. It's more like just a few minutes with me, just to basically just talk about some basic concepts that I've come to understand about myself, that I would like to be able to see in others, because I have witnessed several times, in working with others in college, in the workplace, hanging around people that I've come to know. It's experiences that have retained, and I've enjoyed knowing that exist. And now, I don't know. I've had a question a couple times as to what it takes to have this mindset to just keep going and doing something. And basically, this is where I get to start, like, expressing it on a grand scale. This is something for the internet, since I'm not much of I just don't like public speaking. I really don't like being in front of crowds talking. I kind of have an issue with stage fright myself, but that's the reason why I like this. I can literally just sit here in my office. I changed the scenery a little bit, just because of the fact that we are still in the middle of a transition in here. This is actually going to be room I'm in right now is actually going to be technically a study for my wife and my daughter and myself, just kind of being able to take care of our own, being able to having a calming environment. That way we can actually get into developing our knowledge and our skill sets as we grow in life, with our child just being ourselves. But aside from that concept, it's when you are pursuing anything in life, when you're trying something different, you're tired of sitting there and not having anything to do, even if it's to go work as a Walmart employee or McDonald's, or any place that most society considers to be lower. It's, what are you doing to continue yourself? What are you trying to pursue? That if you don't like where you are, what are you doing? And now that I've gotten another notification here on my phone, one thing that I've consistently seen over and over is, if you have a passion, if there is something you're wanting to pursue, if there's anything that you're thinking about trying, just how chaotic it is. I mean, it's one thing that I've loved about pursuing social media as a content creator so far. It's how everything just kind of breeds a natural case, or basically just a natural case of terrorization. I just anything and everything can show up, can come out real good, but it's all dependent on what you like and dislike, and it all forms just random thought process all over the place. It's actually it reminds me of a quote that I vaguely remember from watching a video or an audio clip. Or it was something I remember going on a really big binge upon Elon Musk interviews, and one thing that I remember very prominently was realizing Elon had a question about, or had been given a question regarding something. Hi, awesome taco 16. Hello, good to see you here. Right now, awesome taco. I am technically just, uh, I guess, just kind of talking it out. Uh, I can talk with you guys here on stream. It's more or less just being able to have a chat with anybody willing to show up, as well as being able to just talk my stuff up. This is actually just me pre-recording what I'm doing for a podcast that I'm setting up on YouTube. But since my YouTube channel is not currently stream ready, I'm taking the chance to do this right now. Um, so I'm pre-recording on Twitch, and afterwards, uh, until my stream is able to go on over to YouTube and have a more permanent place there, I'm going through Twitch right now. So that's basically how we're starting here. And what do I think about Elon Musk? To be quite honest, I hope that I got this name right. Bridus. I'm sorry if I train wrecked that name, but I actually find him kind of admirable. He's definitely not a Elon Musk is not what I'd consider to be a role model per se, but he is somebody that I can see, I guess, to have a mirror understanding of like personalities. I found out that through Saturday Night Live that he had Asperger's syndrome, and knowing that he has Asperger's and it happens to be the richest person in the world, it kind of gave me more of a comfort to be able to see him as someone to look up to, but not in a fanatic kind of way. I really admire his work ethic, and that's more or less what has brought back to what I'm doing, just being a streamer. Knowing that I'm not very big about I am a very big person for presentation, but I'm not very good at I have stage fright, plain and simple. I'm not very comfortable with being able to talk to crowds, and it's get really stuttery. It's not easy, but that's the whole point of doing what I'm doing and why I brought him up. It's not a pursuit of myself, it's pursuing of just letting the passions brew, and that's exactly what these streams are all about. This stream is going to be going on to in a podcast format on over to YouTube over the Dawn Has Spoken, and I will be putting this on a few other websites just to get the name out there. So if you'd like to be able to help me reach that further audience, consider hitting that follow button. Otherwise, here what we're doing right now is just capturing the idea of if you should pursue your own interests, what is it going to do for you? And so far, what I've learned is that it really does. It passion breeds chaos. I cannot emphasize that enough, as the title suggests. You'll get hit left and right with ideas, and I have found out that the hard way. I get put into information overload, and I really want to do a bunch of stuff, but then it goes everywhere. So when you start pursuing your passions, you'll notice quickly you can just keep going all day with thought or with creative concepts at all times. But if you want to be able to pursue something specifically, you got to start working with it. And that's more or less just what I was trying to hunker down on today, is in realizing that if you're wanting to pursue anything, if you're wanting to build up something, if you want to try something different, just realize you're going to be going about so many thought processes over and over, and that may just be Asperger's, that may just be autism. I don't know particularly. I just know that that's something that I have been personally labeled with is Asperger's or autism. And so far, I'm circumnavigating how it works with me to be able to express that to others. Because as of right now, I'm also technically pre-recording this as a message to my daughter when she's old enough. Right now, she is 8 months old, and she's actually doing very well for herself. I'm actually feeling really good as a parent, knowing that she's come along this far and she's not hurting. She's not in any bad situation. I don't feel like a bad parent. And seeing how my daughter's developing is creating this mindset for me that's it's helping with the creativity to be able to put out something that I would like to, but I'm realizing very quickly, just as the title suggests, passion breeds chaos. I cannot emphasize that enough. It is really hitting hard just how much I want to do and how much I think I can do, but then just how often you can get caught up in doing too much and not hunkering down to refine what you have. So for my daughter's case and for all of you watching, if you guys are enjoying this, that's exactly what you're going to be getting if you do this on your own. If you want to pursue your own thing, if you actually want to get into literally anything. When my daughter's old enough to understand what it's like to be more interested in than just sitting down in front of and looking at a whiteboard all day, raising up her hand and being called on to answer a question, or even being down and writing down homework, or literally anything that comes down to having to be in a classroom setting, I'm dismantling that, and we're pursuing giving my daughter the option to understand and explore by passion, because that's exactly how I am. I can't I hated the history books. I hated history class. The one thing I still remember to this day is war. I remember getting taught war, 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 and I could not stand it. So I had no interest. I had no passion. I was almost withdrawn from the class. And instead of putting my daughter through that and watching as she feels bad the same way I did because her grades weren't the best because she didn't have any interest in it, I am offering a chance to pursue passion. And by increasing the output of the pursuit of passion to breed all the chaos that comes through the creative thinking that comes from creative thinking, what am I going to be able to expect and see? And that's exactly what these podcasts are starting out as. It's just something, just a simple concept, a very near meaningless, simple concept that has so much depth to it. Nobody realizes just how meaningful a simple title is that can describe exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Passion breeds chaos. It's something that I'm really starting to enjoy in my pursuit of content creation, to understand exactly what it is that you guys might be interested in, but that I'm able to develop an understanding of and actually feel a little bit more comfortable being able to express it. And all the ideas that approach in the process are just, it's surprising to see, but the amount of energy that it gives me to want to do it, this is exactly what I would expect to see from anybody else pursuing their own passions. That's the one thing I love about this, the concept of chaotic thinking coming from pursuit of what we want. Now, not to say that we should all be pursuing the exact things we want. There should be some refinement, but that's for a completely another thought that I think would be great for another episode. All I'm doing is getting myself more or less started with this. These are once a week podcasts. It's only about 15 minutes to half an hour, just explaining a concept in such detail that I can hopefully breed some of my own passion into you guys, the audience, the people that I'm putting out there for. That realistically, I love being able to explain concepts in a manner that maybe not have been thought of before. But the amount of this is something I've been aware of for a very long time now, is the amount of absolute depth that I can get into single concepts that breeds passion in others. I love seeing that light flicker in others when I'm talking to them, and hearing people tell me that they want to do stuff after I've spoken to them. It feels really good. So I figured if I can do that in real life, maybe I should do that in or maybe I should do that in person. No, maybe I should do that over the internet too, because now that I am basically in the perfect situation, if and I do apologize for I am just now seeing the camera on the screen is you guys can see all that light behind me, but not enough of this ugly mug, right? No, it's, even that was bugging me. I'm enjoying this concept, this trial and error situation. I'm realizing even though it's a grind, even though it's not monetarily feasible right now, I am in a situation that allows me the opportunity to be able to do this. And I really do appreciate being in this situation, even though from an outside perspective, and when I first started this journey, I will admit it sucked. Um, in fact, I'm not going to lie to you guys whatsoever. I have a really hard time accepting the fact that by label and definition, I am disabled. Um, I'm a 100% disabled veteran, and it's mostly due to my mentality. I'm not going to lie to you guys whatsoever about that. It is mostly due to my mentality. Between how warped my mind has become post war related trauma, it's what I've been coming to understand. And as I'm working past that, these are some of the issues that I've gone through, but I want to be able to explain this in time through these little snippets of time because it's more or less exposure therapy for me. Being able to be real with you guys, be honest, and then moving on from there and going through other things. Uh, but that's all I wanted to basically go on for this week is just how much passion overdoes creative thinking and allows for that open thought process to go to just pick out what you want and try it.